Well, good morning. What a glorious way to start our worship this morning. Thank you, band. That number, wonderful. Well, welcome to the Clearwater Corps. We're glad you're here today. Glad you've come to worship with us. You know, we have much to be thankful for as we gather to worship and to proclaim God's goodness and share in the fellowship of believers with one another. We are indeed a blessed people. Amen? Amen. Amen. Now, yesterday, if you were here at the court, all you will remember that there were a lot of things happening and just people everywhere. And so Captain Mike is going to come and share with us just a little bit about that. Yes.
So yesterday morning I arrived before 8 o'clock for the yard sale that went on. I have a little story to tell you, I'm afraid. And I went over to the picture area. There was Bob, there was Colonel DeMichael, and they were selling pictures at the men's club yard sale. And one of them said there's a beautiful picture of the Donut Girls, framed picture of the Donut Girls on the side there. So I went around the side and I saw this picture and I looked at it and I thought, my wife's great-grandmother was a donut girl. I'm going to buy that for my wife. Exactly, come on, more R's. That was lovely, wasn't it? It really was. So I purchased this picture for my wife. I'm very proud of the fact. Now, in the meantime, my son Christian is busying around. And he's buying every piece of junk that any of you were trying to sell him. So my office had a ton of stuff. So Christian said, let's call Mum to tell her what we got. So we get on FaceTime. You know, these days you can do that, the wonders of technology. So we get on FaceTime. We show her the bowling ball that he bought. Now we have to go bowling. The monitor that he got for his computer that we found doesn't fit. The little speakers that go with his computer that do work. And the typewriter he purchased for whatever reason. I said to him, where are you going to get the ribbons from? He went, what's a ribbon? So anyway. So then as we're talking to my wife, I thought, I'm going to show her. I was so pleased with my purchase. I wanted to show my wife what I had got for her. And I went over to that picture, and there's all these donut girls. It's just a lovely sort of group of pictures there, and it's framed. And she said, that looks like the placemat I made for a women's ministries program. So I had purchased a framed placemat for my wife that she had created.
And I love it.
Well done, Bob. Well done, Colonel DeMichael. Well done for all of you who stood on those booths yesterday and sold whatever was sent your way. And perhaps a particular mention needs to go to Doug Rowland, Ron Sloan, and Colonel Bill Hartford, who really headed this up this year in the absence, and it's impossible to sort of replace Burt Rowland, but certainly they did the best they could in your absence. So please, on behalf of the congregation, on behalf of the men's club, let's show our appreciation for all of those who worked so hard yesterday.
Well, it was indeed a good day, and lots of little stories behind all that happened yesterday. But the end result was money's raised for World Services, and we're grateful. Thank each of you who participated and were part of that. Now, as you peruse your copy of the source, please note opportunities for worship and service outside of what normally is planned for each week. Corps Cadets today, immediately following our worship service. Tonight at 6 p.m. is our monthly Say It With Music, as musicians from across this Bay Area gather for the second annual Bay Area Music Festival. So 6 o'clock, you'll want to get here early to get a good seat. It will be just an enjoyable evening. On Tuesday at 1:30, the Pastoral Care Committee will be meeting. Thursday at 2 p.m., the B&A Committee. And then next Sunday, Sunday School and Holiness meeting right back here together. When you look at the upcoming events, Women's Ministries Annual, Tuesday, March 20th. That's only a week from Tuesday. And so if you haven't purchased your ticket yet, please do. You can find them in the lobby as you leave this morning. Men's Fellowship Club Golf Tournament, March the 26th. Again, the benefit for World Services. If you haven't signed up yet, be sure and see Major Gary Miller. And finally, it's not too soon to make plans for Easter weekend. It will be here very shortly. Good Friday service, March the 30th here, and then sunrise service on top of the world, followed by our worship service here on Easter Sunday. So mark those down, and let's plan to be a part of that very special weekend. Again, I would encourage you just to make note of the prayer list on page 4 of your source. And then remember, we were asked to pray for Louise Raymer. She was promoted to glory this week. She's the aunt of Captain Christine. And so keep the Raymer family in your prayers, if you would, during these days. And arrangements are still being made, and announcements will be made further as those come before us. Now, it's always great to have visitors come and worship with us. So if you're a visitor this morning, if it's been a while since you've been here, we're going to ask you to stand, and one of our ushers will bring a microphone, and we'd just like you to introduce yourself. Tell us where you're from. So if you're a visitor this morning, please stand.
My name is Ronnie Rhodes, and I'm from originally Raleigh, North Carolina, and I attended the Raleigh Corps when I was a teenager up through college with the Smiths, Donnie and Bruce Smith and Dale Smith and their family, and that's when I was introduced with the Salvation Army, and it's always been on my mind. And I'm glad to be back visiting, and I live in Clearwater here now, so
Amen.
Thank you very much.
Good.
We're Steve and Marita Sjogren, and we're from the Rockford Temple Corps in Rockford, Illinois.
Good.
We're Glenn and Dana Van Gulik. We're out of the Ottawa area, Ottawa, Ontario, Canada, and we worship at the Salvation Army in Barrhaven.
Good. Let's welcome our visitors this morning. And anytime you're in the area, we'd enjoy having you come to worship with us. And for those who live in this area, we'd love to have you make this your place of worship. So